So the problem is to learn English. So I came up with some slides and I would make my level best to understand you that how to acquire a language, right? How to acquire a language. Okay, I wouldn't go for that much, the techniques which you people are already learning here. How to listen, how to watch, how to speak, how to read. Mashallah, your respected teachers are here for that. I would go for, your life lessons. And my job not to make you stick to the English only. So the first thing is to learn any language in your life. You need this. What's the title? Who can tell me? Proper schedule or proper, a very traditional way the people call it, planning, fine, timetable, schedule, whatever you call it, right? Or time management, it's a prominent, phrase. The people use the time management. It's also fine. But we will go for the self-management, first of all. If you want to learn any language, first of all, you need what? Or any subject, if you want to get experts. You need what? Self-management. If you don't have self-management, I would say you have got the scarcity. You have got the problem to reach to your that goal by a better and professional way. Right? One is just beating around the bushes. कि आप क्या करो बस वो सिर्फ उबू सा रवान हो just pass the time and deceive your parents. It is what is happening. The first thing, which is the problematic one, I told you people, it is you don't have any self-management. So for the self-management, I will go for two approaches. You can see on the top. The first one is result-based approach. These are two, psychological, I would say, and entrepreneurial. The great entrepreneurs in the world, the great businessmen, Elon Musk, you can call the Andrew Tate or the other one, right? They are billionaires. And they mostly go for all the great debaters in the world, right? Especially nowadays, the top-notch one in the Muslim community in UK, Muhammad Hijab. He follows this sort of rule, right? One of them is result-based approach, and the second one is time-based approach. Second, time-based approach. Result-based approach, I would say it is normal and it is usual among the students, right? Or among the people. They put a result. For example, if your goal is to read 5 books, unfortunately, that would be, nowadays, I would call it impossible. A student in reading 5 books a month, would you call it possible? Unfortunately, because from the last 5 years, I would say my throat got tired while telling my students, read, read, read. That's the backbone for success, right? But fine, inshallah, once you find the interest, I'm telling you there are some techniques. So you will reach. So result-based approach means, for example, by simple example, I will be very eloquent or soft, right? कि आप लोगों को मैं आसानी से समझाऊं. That's why I'm going for the simple example, not the scientific examples, right? So, for example, you make your result-based approach. You say, like per month, I have to memorize, 200 words. How many words? 200 words. But you don't care about the time. You don't care about what? Time. For example, you say, okay, today I have to learn 1 word. Tomorrow I have to go for 2 words. Another day I have to go for 15 words. Then on the 5th day I have to go for 50 words. No problem, I don't care. And I have to learn the words in the morning, late afternoon, at night, whatever. But whenever, I reach a month, even if it is the 29th day, right? And you reached 100 words. Still, 100 are remaining. So at that time, you have to complete them. Do you understand my? So this is called result-based approach. Means there is no time schedule, no time bounded. It works. It works, no problem. It works in your life. But it is not that much successful. It is not that much successful. And mostly we go for that. We don't know any of our solid rules, and we don't know any of our solid goals. So that's why we are just focusing on the result. We just look at it, and that is what is happening in our, examinations as well. The aap exam ke aakhri raat hi bas fir Allah se du'a bhi mangte ho, right? It is true na. And you, sit and read properly, right? I would say at the 11th hour, what we call it in English, right? And which is very problematic. Any question in it? Okay, the next one which I want today, that you people have to follow, as I give you the, the celebrities, the potent people in the world. Who are they? The Elon Musk is the obvious example nowadays. The Tesla, that's why I'm going for him. He follows this, right? This approach. It means, for example, you have to divide your day on the time-based approach. No matter if you are learning, 2 words, if you are learning how many words? 2 words per day, no problem. I have followed in my life as well, to be very frank, right? And I'm telling you the successful ratio in that book. I started 2, 3, 4 books on result-based, right? And I started only 1 book on time-based approach. That book, which I started on time-based approach, I think I completed 4 times. How many times? 4 times. And those books, I started on result-based, they are still remaining. They are still remaining. Because I put the result, okay, I will read 1 page today, 2 pages another day, 4 pages another day, But at last, still they are remaining. I didn't complete them. I told you now, so which one is successful way? The time-based approach. And what does it mean? Now listen. For example, you divide your day from after the Fajr prayer till 7 o'clock, okay? 7 a.m. 7 a.m. I have to recite the Holy Quran, I have to read a book, I have to play sports, whatever. But you specified this time. At that time, for example, if you specified it for the recitation of the Holy Quran, that's it. You shouldn't pick up an English book, you shouldn't go for anything. So 7 o'clock. Then for example, from 8 to 1 o'clock, you have got your university, 1 p.m. You have got your university, you have got, for example, you go to school, you go to college, whatever you sacrifice this time for what? And you devoted this time for what? For your school or your studies, right? Then, for example, at 2 p.m., you have got the 2 p.m., right? At 2 p.m., you have to take a nap. For example, you designed after the Zohar prayer, I have to go for what? For nap. For nap, right? Qailula, just to sleep and to get relaxed, right? So at that time, no study. Then, for example, from 3 to 4, you have got 3 to 4 p.m. What you have to do? Play. At that time, playing football, playing cricket, whatever you want to do. So at that time, no study. Study उस time पे नहीं करोगे. ये किताब का कीड़ा है ना, ये भी बहुत. That's your makhini, and every time book. This is totally wrong because you need your health as well. Health is everything because, like for example, that's why you are going into depression, anxiety, etc. Because you didn't schedule your day and you don't give enough time, to release some of your hormones and to get relaxed because you have got different hormones. I don't want to go into that discussion, but you need it. You need sports, you need free time, you need giggling with your friends, you need hang out with your friends, okay? For everything you have to give specific time. So that is the time-based approach, right? I hope you understood. Means for every activity, a specific time. For every activity, a specific time. Okay, who promised me that from today, I have to, or tonight, I have to make my time-based approach? Who promised? Who promised? Everyone, you people. I think you people already have result-based approach.
I already doing it.
Okay, great. So do you see the fruit?
Yeah.
It works. I followed in my life as well, and I see the fruits there, right? So for learning any language, first you need what? These 2 approaches, right? And inshallah. Now, let's specify it, the time-based approach to learning English by an easy way, right? Either you are a starter class student or pre-starter or intermediate, no problem. Make it into the, yes please, English approach. So I divided the English, you can see it better, your whole week, and then we have got your whole weekend, right? By a simple way. What you have to do, divide your days, for English. Devote your days for English. And I need how much time? I am not saying that you should give your 24 hours for learning English because you have got the life to survive. English is just your need. English is just what? It is your need. एक साल यहाँ पर गुजारो फिर उसको दफा करो. Go and get your goal. You want to be a doctor, you want to be any person, right? Any successful person. It is just your need. But I need for the time-based approach, how much time? 30 to 40 minutes. How much? Per day. 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, let's talk about the Monday. If you like this schedule, you can substitute the day by, or you can extend it as well. For example, which day is suitable for reading? कौन सा दिन आपके listening के लिए बेहतर है, कौन सा दिन watching के लिए बेहतर है? You should divide it. No problem. So according to the time-based approach for learning English, Monday. Specify Monday for reading. For what better? For reading, right? 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, then another question comes. What to read? अभी क्या read करना है? ठीक है ना? It's easy. Pick up according to your level book, right? According to your level book. Either you are interested in novels, you are interested in newspaper articles, because look at your level, right? You are interested, read some comments, no problem. Whatever you want to read. I mentioned the example there as well, right? Short stories, especially if your level, first of all, I would advise to the pre-starter and starter students especially, please start your reading from short stories. Because first you want your interest. Once you got indulged in it, then fine, right? Then you can read the bigger ones as well. So Monday, 30 to 40 minutes on time-based approach. Specify the time, giving it to reading. Let's come to the Tuesday. Tuesday is for what? And I'm interlinking them, remember. At the end you will understand. I'm interlinking them. That how आपका जो Monday है ना वो फिर Tuesday के साथ interlink होती है, right? Tuesday, 30 to 40 minutes for writing. Again the question comes. What to write and how to write. Don't care about the mistakes. There is a writer, I forgot her name. She mentioned that if you pin down the first word, now you become an author. You become a writer. The rest is just the matter of, exchanging the words. जब आपने एक लफ्ज लिख लिया ना एक पेज पे तो आप राइटर बन गए. ये बकाया फिर आप वर्ड्स को आगे पीछे करते हो. This is really deep. I love it. We people are waiting. Okay, once I get graduated, it's a kind of practice. Once I get graduated, then I will get my certificate or I get my degree and then I will start my writing. No. You are a misconception. You are in a misconception. It is a kind of practice. The early you start, the better you would be. और जितना आप लेट स्टार्ट करते हो ना ये अक्सर आप लोग गिला करते हो ना ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर बिल्कुल लिख ही नहीं सकते किस तरह ये लिखते हैं यही प्रैक्टिस नहीं है ना देयर इज नो प्रैक्टिस बिकॉज दे डिडंट स्टार्ट इन अर्ली डेज सो व्हाट टू राइट नाउ व्हाटएवर यू रेड ऑन मंडे अभी ये मैं बहुत इजी बनाता हूँ अभी आपने क्या लिखना है जो चीज़ आपने मंडे पे रीड किया है ना जो स्टोरी जो उनमें से आपने वोकैबुलरी पिकअप की है राइट यू पिक्ड अप द वोकैबुलरी फ्रॉम दैट रीडिंग राइट उस वोकैबुलरी पे बेहतर है कि आप स्टोरी बनाओ अपने अल्फाज में क्या बनाओ स्टोरी बनाओ या इस पे सेंटेंसेस बनाओ like if you aren't able to make a story so make the sentence and bring it to your teacher no problem and he will check it for you and you will realize your mistakes as well so again Tuesday for writing and what to write whatever you read on Monday let's move to Wednesday okay on Wednesday let me move here Wednesday for listening now what to listen you people tell me now you got the link now I am linking all of them what to listen first of all the audio book very great the audio book of your that book which you are reading on Monday find the audio book because there are different apps now the audio book means you are revising your that book again and again and you are practicing what you are listening to find the audio book of that book which you are reading on Monday do you understand better yeah whatever you wrote on Tuesday अभी ये भी बहुत ज़बरदस्त है Tuesday पे आप जो लिख चुके हो ना एक स्टोरी लिख चुके हो सेंटेंस लिख उसको कॉपी करो गूगल ट्रांसलेटर पे डालो कहाँ पर गूगल ट्रांसलेटर पे वहाँ पर जो स्पीकर लगा होता है ना इसको ऑन करो and listen to your own sentence in your story again and again fine you get the pronunciation and you get the listening okay the remaining time for example whatever you wrote on Tuesday and it finishes in 10 minutes or in because you have got 40 minutes right or 30 minutes so then the rest of the time give to the TV shows listening to scholars YouTube videos whatever then it's up to you I hope you understood this point as well great would it help you in your life do you believe Great. The next one, we have got the Thursday for speaking. Thursday for speaking. Okay, what to speak about? Who can tell me? Relate it to Monday and Tuesday. Excellent. For example, you are reading a book and there is a problem in that story. For example, he or she is facing a problem in life, etc. So pick up their topic and talk to your friend about that. Okay, let's talk about this problem and find the solution for this problem. You got the topic as well. Automatically, you don't need anyone's help. You don't need it because you interrelated your old days. So talk about that topic for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, the time you have in your life. Then you have got the Friday and weekend, your Saturday and your Sunday. What to do on that day? What do you think? Revise your whole data. It is as an exercise, right? Whatever you read, on Monday, whatever you listened on Tuesday, wrote on Tuesday, whatever you listened on Wednesday, right? So revise it, okay, with yourself, and that's the better way. You people might know better, the repetition activity in your life. Malcolm Gladwell, he's a great writer in Outliers. He says to be professional and to be, I would say, the epitome of any knowledge, now you have to spend how much time? 10,000 hours. So it means, you have to practice the more. The more you are practicing, the more you are getting expert in it. Like a simple example, if I give it to you, then you will understand. We are moving to next slide. The simple example, for example, the presentation which you did in pre-starter and then in starter class, the same presentation, and then in intermediate. So in intermediate, you are just, getting an automatic confidence in front of the people. How do you get it? Because you don't face any difficulty. خلقو ته پته نه کړي دې ظالم خدا پنځم ځل لهدا ټاپک راوړي. But you know that I am the man. I am presenting by a great way. But you got this quality because of what? This acme. Because of what? Because of repetition. Repetition. So we put your weekend and your Friday for repetition. I hope you understood. So for the success and for learning any language, you have to divide your life on the time-based approach. And I believe, inshallah, it works. Now, let's move for the next technique, which we have got. State of flow. You have got the zone. A great writer, he wrote a book as well, the Flow book, right? His name is a bit difficult to pronounce. I think he is from Hungary or from, that kind of country. So, Mihai, I think it is his name. He mentioned the state of flow. This is really, really helpful. Listen to me, okay? Be attentive. Everyone. Who didn't take the breakfast? Who didn't take the breakfast? Everyone, mashallah. Why? But I hope you are attentive. No problem. No problem, okay? So, can you see their triangle? Yes. Their triangle. It is the food chain triangle. We can put it into the language learning as well. The food triangle, okay? The food triangle, it is going, from the beginning to the top. From the beginning to the top. What does it mean? For example, if you are testing any food in your life, right? If you are testing any food in your life. So in the start, you are craving for that. आप बहुत बड़ा नवाला लेते हो उससे पहले जब आप स्टार्ट करते हो ना दाना कब त्यो के then the more you are getting full, so the more you lose your interest in it. This is the food triangle. It is in language as well. In the beginning when you take admission in any institute, no दसे पवाख रागले क्लास के नास्ती और टीचर को भी आप कहते हैं सर मुझे 10 book recommend करो, I have to read it because I want to learn English. Isn't it the case? You are very, very interested. But the more the class is getting, arduous or difficult, the more you are losing interest. You shouldn't lose that interest. Believe me, from the beginning to the advanced level, the more you are moving, the more it becomes difficult. So this is problematic. We pick up, some stuff in our life जो बहुत ज़्यादा difficult होते हैं. तो आपने वो चीज़ें करने के आप ज़िंदगी में क्या find करो? Flow तो जानते हो ना बेटा? कि आप उसको like to make your, see यहाँ पर a mental state of focus, make your learning journey enjoyable. See the third point, the difficulty of the task should provide the right level of challenge to your ability. अभी ये बहुत ज़बरदस्त है. For example, I get a common question. Some students ask me, sir, can you recommend me any book? Here is the problem you people make. I'm not saying you shouldn't ask your teacher, but the easy way is to read any book in your life now. Go to the bookshop and pick up a book, right? A book, and look at the book, right? If the book is like, according to your level, again, it is beginner. For example, if you can understand the book 90%, how much? 90%, this book is not for you. Because you will get bored, you understand this book. This is the human nature. The more the thing is challenging now, the more the people love it. Jitna bhi ek cheez thoda challenging ho na, that is Islamic perspective as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, created us to put us in struggle till what? Till death, to get the paradise. क्योंकि इसमें खुशी होती है, हम डिप्रेस नहीं होते. ये जितने भी टेंशनी लोग होते हैं ना दुनिया में, ये अक्सर डिप्रेस इसी वजह से कि वो फ्री होते हैं, उनके लाइफ में कोई चैलेंज नहीं होती. दिस इज ट्रू. Like you see the millionaires, वही Lexotanil और ये tablets लेते हैं. It is true. The reason they don't have any challenge. So find a book in a bookstore which you can understand 50%. How much? 50%. So then go and read it. And inshallah you will get what? The flow. Once you have the flow, you are enjoying. And pick up your test as well. Like, if you are interested in novels, pick up a novel. If you are interested in scientific or general knowledge, pick up that kind of book. Do you understand? But try to have in your life what kind of state of flow? Means read, listen, write, those kind of things which you can enjoy. Because enjoyment is also two kinds better. If you look, we have got, scientifically, we have got two types of happiness. One is hedonistic happiness and the next one is eudaimonic happiness. This is very deep, okay? Understand in your life. This is very deep. When you go to, for example, if I put it in a simple example, you people understand. If you want to go to the ice cream shop, तो ice cream shop में आप देखते हो बेटा कि वहाँ पर लिखा होता है जायकेदार आइसक्रीम. वहाँ पर कभी आप देख चुके हो खुशी वाला आइसक्रीम? Okay, who saw any खुशी वाला आइसक्रीम in Islamabad? I should go there. कौन बता सकता? हमेशा वो जायकादार आइसक्रीम होता है because it based on the hedonistic happiness. Hedonistic happiness is a kind of happiness which is short-lived, which is for a, very short infinitesimal time, very short time. You enjoy it. तो आइसक्रीम जब आप खाते हो फिर इसके बाद आपको हमेशा खुश रहते हो कि नहीं मैंने आइसक्रीम जिंदगी में खाया अब ये मुझे खुश रहना है. Is it the case? Oh no, for a short time, right? This is what is happening with the material. You buy a watch, you buy a mobile, you buy a car, whatever, right? You buy it after a few days, you don't enjoy it because then you need another thing. Means hedonistic things, are based on what? On a very short-lived happiness. Better. ये चीज़ जिंदगी में मत करो कि आप 10 बुक ले लो और बुक शेल्फ में दे दो और फिर आप गेस्ट को धोखा देते हो कि वो इधर को इधर खसड़े दा बुक ने रीड करी और अल्लाह कदी ये उम्र आगस्ते ज़ालिमा दुड़ना. This is true. दुड़ी पे प्रति, right? No. Shouldn't go for the hedonistic कि आप 10 books ले लो. एक book ले लो but make it as a eudaimonic happiness. Now eudaimonic happiness is a kind of happiness which you enjoy for a long time. Which you can enjoy for a long time. Like as it is mentioned, like perceiving happiness by finding meaning in your life, right? It is a kind of happiness. आप एक book उठाते हो और उसको फिर आप enjoy करते हो. मैंने बताया ना जब enjoy करते हो ना तो आपको eudaimonic happiness देते हैं कि long term के लिए आप इसको enjoy karo. I hope you understood these slides as well. So the first thing is to learn any subject or language in your life. To do what? Self-management. And in the self-management we have got how many approaches? 2 approaches. Result-based approach and time-based approach. The second thing is to learn anything in your life by an easy way to have what? Flow. State of flow. A zone in your life which you can enjoy. And then in the flow you have got the hedonistic and eudaimonic happiness. And so select which one? Hedonistic or eudaimonic? Eudaimonic to enjoy for the whole life. I hope you understood. Great. Another thing, it is especially for those people, I'm wrapping it up, okay? Hope. This is very great. If you have hope in life now, I would say you are the successful person in the world. This is everything. Hope. Like, look at the history. When the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr ﷺ, they got into a cave, ghar, right? So Abu Bakr ﷺ, what did the Prophet tell him? What did he say to him? La tahzan inna Allah ma'ana. Don't be sad, Allah is with us. So the Prophet ﷺ was giving him what? Hope. Hope is everything. The Prophet ﷺ was not giving him money, was not giving him the power, was not giving him any kind of happiness. Just one thing. To have what in life? Hope, remember. Once you have the hope, that's like, this slide is for those people who are a bit elder. موږ بعضې خلکو ته هلکه بس وایي نور مه ځه مړه وایي ټوله زندګي دې تباه کړه ته اوس هم انګلیش زده کې سر دې پکې سپین شو no. This person is wrong. This person is destroying you. This is totally wrong. Now you can learn in any, like Fuzail ibn Ayaz, he was a thief and then he became a great scholar in the history of Islam. He was a thief, so he should leave the hope in life. No. Right? Do you understand my point? Don't lose the hope. In 1950, very interesting experiment happens. Very great experiment happened in 1950s. And the scientist was Dr. Kurt Richer. He did very great experiment. Listen to me. What was in that experiment? He selected some of the mice. Do you know mice? The plural of mouse, right? कुछ चूहे उन्होंने select किए. एक bucket उन्होंने लिया, बाल्टी, और उसमें उनके पास 15 और तकरीबन 15 चूहे थे, right? So he wanted to drown them कि उसको उसमें डाले पानी में. जब आप एक living thing को पानी में डालते हो तो क्या होता है? They get died, they get died. So he was doing this experiment. When he plunged them into the water, right? When he plunged them into the water, so what's happened? They were trying to come to the top. The mice, they were trying to come to the top. क्योंकि वो अपने आप को death से बचाते हैं, please. They were trying to come to the top in 15 seconds. How much time? In 15 seconds, they lost the hope and they got died. कितने वक्त तक उन्होंने स्ट्रगल किया कि टॉप पे आ जाए? 15 सेकंड्स के बाद उन्होंने होप छोड़ दिया और वो क्या मर चुके. तो यहाँ पर एक इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है. उसने फिर कुछ चूहे सिलेक्ट किए और उनको पानी में फिर डाला. तो जब 15 सेकंड हो गए ना तो उन्होंने उस चूहों को निकाला और उनको फूड दिया and give them water and food, everything, right? So after few minutes he again put the very mice into water. वही जो उन्होंने 15 सेकंड पहले निकाले थे ना उसको फिर पानी में डाल दिया. तो उस टाइम उन्होंने कितने वक्त तक स्ट्रगल की? Do you know? 60 seconds. The next time they struggle for how much time? 60 seconds. So that kind of energy came from where? The same human being came from where? From the hope. Because they got the hope कि हमने 15 सेकंड तक स्ट्रगल किया था तो हम बाहर निकल गए. उनको तो पता नहीं था कि साइंटिस्ट ने हमें निकाला था. बाहर निकल कर हमें फूड भी मिल गया. फिर let's try. And even to till 16 seconds they work hard. And that was a great experiment in the history of I would say psychology. Means hope gives you everything. So you are not late. If you are even 50 years old, and no one is 50 years old, included me and the camera one as well. No one is 50 years old. MashaAllah, we all are young, right? We call them kids, those who are not married, right? But fine. So you are not late. Don't lose the hope. So again, it is included to one. If you want to learn anything, so shouldn't lose hope. Repeat with me. First of all, to learn a language, to do what?
Self-management.
Wow, mashallah, your memory is great. Self-management. And in self-management, how many approaches? Two approaches. Result-based approach and time-based approach. And then second thing is zone. Flow zone. Means read, write, listen to those things which you can enjoy in your life, right? The third thing is you shouldn't lose the hope. Now, specify it with English now. The importance of learning English. Now let's come to the... If I'm telling you the importance of learning English, there is no need. You already knew the importance, that's why you came here. आप लोगों को तो पता है, मुझे explain करने की क्या ज़रूरत. Like you came here because of what? You need the importance of English now. Like why it is important. Remember, like there were two countries in the world, they got successful and developed without having English as a language, right? Japan and China. They got developed without English. And you know what? Nowadays, the highly paid job in the Japan and China, for English instructor. they need English instructor, and they give, high paid salaries. To whom? To the English instructors, because now they know that without English it is impossible. We have got the dollar, the world renowned currency, and we have got the English. So it is really. And why do we need English in Pakistan? Who can tell me one by one? Without moving to next slide. Why do we need to learn English in Pakistan? Please, one by one, stand up. Please.
Sir, we want to dominate the world like
Great.
America, because we want to connect the English with our language.
Great. If you know, very good. If you know, remember, yes, have a seat. If you want to conquer the person, so you have to know the background, or you have to know the logic of that nation as well. जब आप किसी बातिल को, एक शख्स को आप डिफीट करते हो ना, तो उसके स्ट्रेटजी का पता आपको होना चाहिए. अगर आपको इंग्लिश का पता नहीं है तो आप किस तरह पाकिस्तान को एक डेवलप्ड कंट्री बनाओगे, मोर पावरफुल देन USA. First you have to know their strategy, and for that you need what? To learn English. The second thing is, yes, females, why should we learn English in Pakistan?
Sir, it became global.
Global language, we needed to communicate to the whole world. Very great. Another one?
Considered as a second language in all over the world.
Even, yes, our whole official language. Very great. Another one?
If you want to deliver our message to the international community, so English is very important.
Great, because the world is globally connected now.
We know they call us terrorists. In actual, we are not terrorists.
Yes.
We are victim of terrorism.
If you want to clear our picture to the world, we need what?
English.
Yes, to portray the message in English. Great. Yes.
Know about English, so they are not conversation with social media customer and no dealing with anyone.
Great. Why do we need it in Islamic perspective? Tell me.
In
Shukr.
Islamic perspective, everyone, non-Muslim, they are struggling against Islam and against Muslim.
Great. As he mentioned, they are portraying our picture as a terrorist. If you want to defeat them, so first we have to know their language. I think some of the prisoners in the Islamic history as well, the Prophet ﷺ give them the task कि आपका काम ये है कि आपने लोगों को इब्रानी सिखानी है. मेरे ख्याल में इब्रानी उनको एक task दिया गया था, because the Prophet ﷺ, and even the Muslim at that era, they knew that other languages, there is a quote that another language doesn't make, doesn't help you to add one another language in your mind. It can make you another person. Learning another language means you are another person in one person. Yes. Do you understand now? So that's why it is about Pakistan's scenario as well. And I hope this is all. Thank you so much for listening and for being patient. Thank you.